Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to ncêled. And thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So this particular video caught so many arguments, and Black people are not having it. And it's about an Asian American woman who actually came out to say that women of color worked so hard that white women didn't have to work. A lot of people ask her, when did they become women of color instead of Black women? And a Black man that stitched the video actually came out to say that this actually happened during my own time. And please do not try to rewrite history, because it is not something that I Googled or something. It was something that happened right in front of me. It was just Black women from grocery stores, postals, and all that. Not only that, when it comes to childcare, domestic, cooking, cleaning, Black women actually took all over and saw that colored women did not have to work, right? So I really do not like it when POCs actually start grouping themselves in Black people's achievement and all that. Like I always do, I say, give people their flowers. Do not look for a way to twist it. Stop making it look like you guys were the one that fought hard. It was Black women. You know what? Let's get into this video.
Okay, stay with me here. Women of color worked so much that white women didn't have to work. But also, women of color worked so much for white women so that white women could work in the workforce. But whose work is actually valued and counted as work? If I say work one more time, my head's gonna explode. Okay, stay with me here. Women of color worked so much that white women didn't have to work.
I've been thinking about doing more videos about topics like this, and from the experience of African American people. I ain't even wipe the sleep on my eyes, but yeah, in the perspective of African American people, because I know a weird amount about African American history. It was my special interest growing up, and I just learned a lot about it. And so I made a post responding to people in the comments on that video who are trying to say that, you know, other women's labor were exploited in the same way that African American women's weren't. And so I was thinking about teaching a little bit of the history, but I'm wondering if I should. Does anybody actually care to learn about like African American history from a person that's African American whose ancestors have been here for like 500 years? But yeah, I wouldn't mind talking more about it, because honestly, seeing people talk about African American history and American history when it pertains to people of color, like indigenous and African American people, it's kind of annoying. It's kind of frustrating because people are way off, and it's like American education system is not going to teach you this stuff, and a lot of people talking about it aren't even from the US, so they definitely are getting a not great history and may not even know where to look. So I can at least give a start of a great place to look for sources to actually learn about Black American history, so African American history, because the history for Black people in the diaspora is different everywhere. But it's very interesting. The reason why the relationship with African Americans is so complex in the United States is because of that complicated history. You will be very surprised. But there's a reason why people always say like African Americans is like a different ethnicity than being African. Yeah, duh, like that should be a duh. But yeah, if you know the intricacies of everything, you'll be like, yeah, that's a whole different thing. But yeah, America has a funny way of doing that. When they invite different cultures here for their various reasons, we become something different through the American lens, because America is one big old experiment. We're one big old test. That's it. That we were the colonizers' test, and we still don't know what the results are. We still trying to figure it out. Results may vary. But yeah, anyways, if you want to know history of like African American people in America from a person whose ancestors have been in the Americas for many centuries and who has passed this history down. And also I have studied the history quite a lot in my life, just trying to understand my ancestors. I am not a historian. I'm just a regular ass bitch, but it's my special interest. I really, really love it. So let me know.
Okay, stay with me here. Women of color worked so much that white women didn't have to work.
This is something that's still a problem to this day and stuff. I don't think these white girls really actually understand what it's like to work with them as a woman of color. When I've worked, hear me out. I don't have friends, and I don't make friends easily. It's very hard for me to make friends and stuff. But anytime I've gone into a job, it's always a woman that instantly dislikes me. We instantly have beef and stuff, and so that woman will do petty shit to fuck with me and stuff. But it's because she doesn't like me personally. She will do work. That the other woman of color who doesn't like me, who just beefs with me for no reason, she will do work. She just won't do work when it comes to helping me. She'll carry her weight. She'll do everything else. She just doesn't like me, and she wants it to be known by how she treats me at work. But when it comes to a white girl in the workplace, it's not that she doesn't like me. It's not that she has beef with me. It's not for any other emotions other than the fact she expects me to do more work. It could be a white man, it could be a white girl manager or a white girl employee. It doesn't matter. They will expect you to do more work. They will expect you to carry the heavy load. They will expect you to entertain them. They will expect these things out of you. It's dehumanizing. It's one thing to go through shit because another person's looking at you like a person and they're like, I don't like you as a person, versus another human looking at you like, you're supposed to be doing this shit. Does it make sense? Because I don't even think white girls understand that they're doing this. I think this is something so psychologically embedded in the head of white girls. They expect a woman of color to work harder when they are around. They expect it. They expect to be entertained. They expect to be worked for. They expect to be catered to. They expect this shit. And they will get on here and say, I do this and I do that. Your work, a little bit of a white girl's work goes so significantly further than a little bit of work from a woman of color. So I want y'all to keep that in mind.
Okay, stay with me here. Women of color worked so much that white women didn't have to work.
So all you soft life girlies, remember this, okay? Remember this. That soft life that them white women talking about costs you. It costs you a bone in your blood. Remember that. Remember that. I really want more people to stop talking about things that they have no idea how they couldn't survive it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just want to share that. Like, hey, soft life girlies, this one's for you. This one's for you. Okay? Because all in all, it's no such thing. And I just keep trying to tell the younger ladies this, and no one wants to listen to me, and they keep calling me names. Call me a lot of names. But that's all right. I just want to let them know. They don't know. But please, remember this. This is for you.
Okay, stay with me here. Women of color worked so much that white women didn't have to work.
I'm gonna take the baton from here, and I'm gonna tell y'all how after slavery, a lot of African American women opted to be stay-at-home moms, and they won't have that. So a lot of cities passed laws that forced black women to go back to work. It was never a choice. I still don't want to work.
Okay, stay with me here. Women of color worked so much that white women didn't have to work.
No. We're not gonna do that. No. Okay, I'm 62 years old. I was there. All right, so it wasn't like I'm talking about something I Googled. My first job in kind of an office setting, I worked for the electric company here in St. Louis. It was called Union Electric. It's now Amarin. But anyways, I went there, worked in the mailroom, and guess who was in there drafting and drawing the electric lines and drawing the street maps? Black women. Black women. There was nothing but rows and rows of black women. When I went to the post office, the postal service, where my dad worked, and who was sorting the mail? Black women. There wasn't no women of color. These were black women. You go to the grocery store in the back, there's black women. I mean, let's not rewrite history, okay?
This is so important. I used the term women of color in my last few videos, and while the terms people of color, women of color can be helpful, they run the risk of conflating our very different experiences. Black women obviously have a very distinct experience with unpaid labor, undervalued labor because of the history of, slavery. And that is very different from my experience as an Asian woman. And so while we can all have a laugh as people of the global majority about the nonsense of white feminism, it's important to remember how we experience these systems very differently. And so I leave you all with a quote from Alicia Garza, one of the Black feminist founders of the Black Lives Matter movement. She wrote, "We perpetuate a level of white supremacist domination by reproducing a tired trope that we are all the same, rather than acknowledging that non-Black oppressed people in this country are both impacted by racism and domination and simultaneously benefit from anti-Black racism."
So this is all I got from this, and I love how the last man said it. I mean, he said it without even let us not rewrite history, and that it's on period, because people that know nothing about history sometimes want to turn it upside down or make it or try for a way to include themselves. You know, they always want to be involved. They do not want to be left out in some certain things. So she tried with that women of color. But from what I was able to gather, because I know that I have talked about this and all that, how after slavery, Black women really wanted to stay back home, do their thing, take care of the home front, take care of the kids and all that. And they also made a law so they could all go back to work. So like he said, he is correct. It was Black women, not women of color. There was nothing like women of color. Black women did it. And we should, I don't know, some people should learn how to give people their flowers without looking for a way to twist it. Give people kudos without looking for a way to turn around, you know? And women of color, she said, I really don't know where she got that women of color, because there was nothing like women of color back then. Just say, Black women were, because there was nothing like women of color were not the enslaved, and even if they are free, even after their freedom and everything, they still had to go back to work. White people didn't think about freedom, that their freedom was their birthright, you know, because they believed that they were supposed to work. They were just supposed to, if you all remember, I don't know how to say that, but they went back to work, like most of them taking care of the white babies and breastfeeding, even still after slavery and all that. So if somebody wakes up and wants to, like, you know, turn things around or look for a way to, like, you know, make it look like it was not Black women, it was Black women, you know, that's the problem with POC. You know, sometimes POC solidarity, they always look for a way to group that, like, you know, trying to put themselves inside something they are not supposed to be part of, you know, and also trying to group Black women's effort like it was a collective achievement, or, you know, to hide in theirs. No, I don't do things like that, and I do not support that. I love it when people are transparent and truthful. She used women of color as a replacement for Black women. So I love how that man actually came out to say, please do not rewrite history. Because he said, I was alive then. It was during my own time. I think it's not something that somebody told me, or something that I Googled, or something that I heard from somebody. It happened right in front of me, you know. I experienced it. So, and he is saying it was Black women, starting from posters, so in grocery stores and all that, working it all out, nanny's job, cleaning, a lot of it. So if somebody comes to say women of color, no, honey, don't do that. Let's give it up to them, and let's stop making it look like or trying to minimize some people's like, you know, achievement and you know, and great works and all that. It's not you, and you guys were not the ones. So stop grouping Black people, cleaning, cooking, childcare, domestic works, and the rest of it. It was all Black women. Thank you all so much for all the love and support. I see you all in my next video. Bye for now.